All right, should be working. Okay. Okay, I do have a problem I need to fix. Okay, hopefully that works. All right. Back on the island. That's a different way of doing things. It's no longer hidden the way it was before. Oh no, this is actually just a journal. Okay. Okay, so it is still hidden in the same spot. Now it's more visible. All right. Gave me a couple pieces of information. Okay, that was one piece of information. The other thing it gave me was a code. It has been so long since I did Rime. I only have the vaguest recollection. Boy, I think they did change this because I don't remember it being quite like this. I'm not sure how I guessed the right way to interact with those. I just started with the upper left, assuming that would be the first one. Well, okay, just go away then. Wasn't the book like, didn't this used to be just, it just opened up and then there was the table in the book? I can't even remember. I had a vague recollection of where the book was, and I had a vague memory of the crystals. And I knew there was an Easter egg. Brr. A little choppy there. What is going on with the sparkles? It's all sparkly in here. There we go. Things thawing out. Pretty. There's like a layer of fog in here floating about a foot off the ground. Okay, I know there's another place to go. Journal of Cirrus. I think I'll read this one out loud. It's very exciting to get to see one of Father's ages so soon after he completes it. Usually he makes us wait so long before allowing this visit. He told me Rime would be cold, but I was still completely surprised by just how much breathing in the air hurt. Father gave me this journal for my Rime observations. He said that Akinar would also get one when he visits, and not to spoil the surprise. I hope I can convince my brother to come next time. Now that I'm more used to the cold, I can see how beautiful this place is. Father's skill with the art is amazing. Father explained his theories about the Everdunes crystals today. He wants to try to build a machine to view ages without linking to them. He hopes that the crystals will refract light through the linking panels and show what's on the other side. Sounds impossible, but I know he can figure it out. I've begun my experiments on the crystals. Father asked me to find a way to control how much each crystal refracts light. He even gave me my own workspace just like his. I'll start by leaving each crystal out in the cold for different lengths of time to see if the different temperature changes anything. I can solve this. I know it. Father has asked me to return home to Myst. I hope it's not because I'm distracting him. I know I have a lot of questions, but he asked me to do these experiments. I just want to keep trying to figure it out. Akinar decided to join me this time. Watching his shock at the cold was very amusing. Father has built more dwelling space, and now we have a wonderful spot to view the lights. He asked us to help him finish the construction, but soon I will return to my crystal experiments. I've come up with some new ideas while away that I'm excited to test. I'm not having much success with the crystals. The amount of refraction is always changing. I can't seem to get a constant reading. It's very frustrating. But I realized something. I think Father's approach might be wrong. There's just no way to get reliable refraction from these crystals like this. I think I have an idea to solve it, but I don't know how to bring it up. I don't want to sound foolish to Father. Maybe he knows best, and I just don't see things like he does. Akinar encouraged me to tell Father about my idea, so at last I did. He called it brilliant. He started working with Akinar to build a machine to cut the crystals right away. It's nice to see my ideas accepted so quickly without being told they're unworkable or unsound. We're back from Myst again. It was a nice break from all the snow and ice. Father asked us to return to Rime without him, which he only does when he needs to talk to Mother about something serious. Why can't they just say what they want in front of me? I'm not a child anymore. When I'm grown and have sons of my own, I won't ever hide serious things from them. We finally saw the whales tonight. We hear their song once in a while, but they never come close enough for us to see until now. From the big cliff behind the observation tower, we saw a massive whale appear in the cove, followed by 2 smaller ones. Father said there were 3 of them just like us. Then he laughed and called us his little whale calves, which got a groan from me and a handful of snow from Akinar. I wanted to stay out and keep watching, but Father lectured me about how it was too dangerous to be there alone. I protested, but he just gave me that sad look that means, let it go. Fine, I'll just wait until later tonight, then go back. I'm so sorry, Father and Mother. If I die, I'm so sorry. My brother bandaged me up and said that my thick skull protected me, but I know it could have been a lot worse if he hadn't found me. Akinar, thank you, and I'm sorry. I've been back working with Father for a few days now, but I've been too tired to write. I keep needing to take breaks to sit and rest because my side still aches quite a lot. Akinar keeps giving me looks, but I'll be okay. I want to see this to the end. We're very close to completing the crystal imager, but I'm really nervous. What if it doesn't work? Will we have to start all over again? It sounds like we'll find out tomorrow. It works! We saw Myst Island. We're even able to see Stone Ship by adjusting the lenses. I can't believe it. My brother and I keep going back and forth between books, reading out the lens settings and viewing each age over and over again as if it were a game. Father seems more relieved now that the work is finally completed. I'm sure he misses Mother too. I can't wait to return home and tell her what I did. What we did. Okay, need to take notes. Yellow, concentric, pen, pink, black, thick, ring, two inner rings, 7, purple, only white dot inside, 4, and teal, same as pink, 1. Akinar's journal. Another gift journal from Father. He doesn't quite get that I barely use these. Then again, here I am writing in it, so I guess I shouldn't complain. It's always a kind gesture. My brother was right. The lights in the sky are unbelievable to see firsthand. The way they dance and shimmer behind the clouds fills me with a kind of peace that's hard to put into words. Sirius paces when he's either trying to work out a difficult problem or when he's upset. Tonight, it's upset pacing, head down, staring at the floor, big wide stride. Usually I just let him stew until he sorts it out, but he's been going on for hours like this. Guess I'll just have to be the big brother and talk him through it. Turns out was upset because he thinks Father's idea for the crystals are wrong, and he's too nervous to admit it to him. I always knew Father's opinions mattered a lot to Sirius, but he needs to get past this idea that Father can never be wrong. Working outside for too long causes a dull ache behind my eyes. Even the normal light here is off somehow. I'm not sure how they deal with it. Maybe my brother's thick skull blocks it out. Sirius, if you're reading this, that was a joke. Don't go crying to Father. Father asked me to help him design and build a device for cutting the crystals into thin sheets. From the big grin on Sirius' face, it's clear that this was the big idea he was afraid to share. Looks like I was right. Again. Little brat thinks he's being so sneaky. I'm watching you over there, scribbling down your little plans. Look at you. You think no one knows what you're planning, but I do. Guess I'll have to go keep an eye on him. Stupid child. Stupid pea-brained idiot. I was right. He snuck out to watch for the stupid whales. Slipped and cracked his head on some ice. Could have gone right over the edge if I hadn't been there. Writing just so I have something to put my mind to. His injury seems severe at first, but after cleaning it, I can see that it isn't serious. A big scrape on his side and a really good knock on the head were the worst of it. He begged me not to tell Father, as if there was any chance I would. Clever as he is, Sirius is still just a child. Told Father Sirius felt ill and needed a day to sleep it off. He nodded and immediately asked me to help him with his work. I know he cares for us both, but would it kill him to at least be a little concerned? Though I have to admit, it was nice to spend the day working together, just us. It's been a long time since we've done that. Father is absorbed in the final touches of his book device, so I doubt he'll notice if I repurpose some of the leftover parts from Stone Ship. I have a little project of my own in mind. Shouldn't take more than a few hours if I just bolt the entire thing to the railing. Father's device works. Being able to see Channelwood without physically being there is truly unbelievable. All their kind words about how much I contributed, I know this is more of their achievement than mine. They deserve to be proud. Okay, so we've got another pattern. Teal, purple's 12, blue, white dot 9, gold circles 6, white, black thick ring 2 circles 2. Okay. So we've got some patterns that we've gotten out of these, and we know this is probably Channelwood related, and I'll have to go back and check what the other one was. Which age did he say he was looking at? Possibly Stone Ship. Now I still need to figure out where the machine is. We'll go down. So goes up and then doesn't want to go any higher. Okay, now there's an extra button. There we go. But the reflection of the light down there is really nice. There's that. Am I missing something? I'm missing. And then I plunged to my death. No. I think it's as simple as I need to go another place. Just back down. Yep, now facing a different area. Well, okay, no, this is just another living chamber. Boy, this is a confusing mess. Dishes in a sink. That does not look like a comfortable cot. Linking book back to Myst. Drawer was closing in it. Empty drawer. Rime Volume 2. Before spending any more time with my experiments, I have decided that I must finish construction. I have brought both Cirrus and Achenar this time. The shaft is almost finished, as is the observation post. Both boys prefer inside, where it is warm, protected from the cold. Neither of them shows any real desire to leave. I cannot remember the last time my son spent so much time with me in an age. Last night, Cirrus came to me with a hypothesis that may solve the crystal refraction issue entirely. His suggestion involved cutting the crystals into thin lenses before attempting to filter light through them, an idea that came to him while thinking about the properties of my eyeglasses. I can't help but smile at the idea of Cirrus watching me stare through the solution right on my nose. It is an unconventional approach, but his reasoning is sound. With Achenar's help, I believe we can repurpose some of the equipment already in the workroom to fashion these crystal lenses. Progress on the lenses is slow, as the crystals are prone to shatter if handled incorrectly. Despite the setbacks, my sons are wholly engrossed in the task, and seeing them work together gives me great hope for the future. I long for the day I can bring them to Denis to see its beauty for themselves. I know they will prove themselves indispensable to any restoration efforts I might undertake. Eventually, I will need to tell them about Riven, but there is much to do before it becomes a concern. The lenses have been completed. Tonight we will return to Myst Island and to Catherine. It has been too long without the warmth of either, and we all deserve a break. While there, I will need to collect some additional linkings. It brings me no joy, but the only way to test the device is to intentionally damage several of them and ensure the device can still create a focused image. We only spent a day with Catherine before returning. I was still working up the courage to ask her for it, but before I could begin speaking, she had placed the book in my hands. It was the waterlogged linking book to Riven I had thrown into the sea the moment we were back in Myst, free of my father. I knew destroying the book was only a symbolic gesture, as the descriptive book still remained in Kavir. But I was young and angry. I remember Catherine swimming out to retrieve it, despite my objections. "You should keep it. You may want it later," she told me. At that time, the idea upset me. Why would I want a reminder of that place? But once again, she was right. We said our goodbyes, and I returned to Rime, humbled by her foresight and love, as well as the note she had secretly tucked under the book's cover. It has been several days with no progress. No matter how we alternate the lenses, only the faintest, blurriest image appears. Did I damage the books too severely? Is the number of lenses too few or too many? The number of variables feels insurmountable. The boys find their own methods of encouragement. They have not given up hope, and so I must follow their example. For now, I have decided to refocus my efforts on the lights in the night sky. Although I originally thought the effect to be an organic one, I now believe it to be electromagnetic in origin. I think the effect could be triggered somehow. It's something that we'll have to try. I doubt either of my sons was expecting the amount of work it would take. It has turned out to be a challenge working above the cold waters where the wind cuts through clothing and skin like a sharp knife. Still, even amidst the dark cold, they are driven to complete the task. It is a side of them I have not seen before. The towers are finished. The power they require is conducted directly through the saline sea, alleviating the need for wires and enabling us to locate the towers a comfortable distance away. We are close now. Tomorrow, after adjusting the voltage, we will know just how close. This morning, as we worked, I noticed Akinar rubbing his eyes and groaning under his breath. Until now, I had simply assumed it was fatigue, but then he asked if either Cirrus or I ever got headaches from how strange the light is here compared to other ages. It took a few moments for the full weight of his observation to hit me. Akinar had inadvertently noticed that the frequency of the visible light in Rime is completely unique to this age, something so important yet so subtle that it had gone unseen thus far. Of course, the lenses could not focus the linking panels of the books. They were calibrated assuming a standard frequency range. We shall repurpose the towers to allow the manipulation of the lights in the sky and project it through the lenses, giving us much finer control. We will need to find the correct combined frequency and construct an additional tower to transfer the light to the imaging device. But I believe that work will go quickly. We are so close now, I can feel it. There's a note here, 1400. Another hard day, but we have erected the final tower. I am too tired to write tonight. Tomorrow, we test Akinar's theory. Akinar and Sirius have some kind of shared secret they are keeping from me. I admit to great curiosity about what it could be, but I believe it is better to let them have something that is theirs alone. Truth be told, I am glad to see them relying on each other more. It has taken longer than I could have imagined, but this morning we were able to get a nearly perfect view of an age through its damaged book. It is an incredible sensation, like standing in two worlds at once. It is so much more than I could have done alone. The boys are so proud, and want to return to Myst Island immediately to tell their mother about it, which is just as well. It's time they learned about Riven. Beatrice, I understand why viewing Riven is so vital to you. In truth, I have not stopped thinking about my home since the moment we escaped. But no matter how much you insist you're simply ensuring Gen remains trapped there, I see my own sadness when I look into your eyes. Gen is a monster who deserves his imprisonment, but I also know he will always be your father. Beatrice, my love, do you wish only to affirm that the cage still holds? Or is there something more significant to you that you're searching for? Yours, Catherine. Tea. That must be a recall button in case somebody has moved the elevator. Down we go again. That is the bottom floor. He likes himself some green fire marbles. Oh, there's a drip. And as a result of the drip, the paper is damaged. We found it. Even after all these years, I recognized it in an instant. Infinity in a bottle. Okay, so damaged paper. If only we could have come down here without turning the heat on. Yellow. Question. Blue. Question 12. Question. Thick ring, 2 circles. Question 4. It gives us part of the thing, and but not everything we need. And then there's some labels saying Everdunes. We've got another pattern here. We've got a first table. Teal circles 14. Blue white dot. And that one's N. Red circles 7, and white dot, and that appears to be a 4. Bunch of lenses. Crystal observations. Max distance between the height of the top and bottom lenses cannot exceed 11 steps. Okay, so I need to note that. It seems the light is unable to penetrate the ink of the book if the distance is too great. To allow for the needed refraction, no two-segmented lenses can have a matching iris size. Okay. No two lens can have matching iris size. Each lens color frequency must be unique. To compensate for its extreme refraction, any lens set to use the highest frequency color must also use the smallest iris. Okay, so the highest freak color must be smallest iris. If a lens sits between two small iris lenses, it must be equal in distance to both. Okay, lens between two small irises. Okay. Lens frequency must decrease and increase or decrease, but they must do so in order. Lens, okay, so lenses must either increase or decrease. They get closer to book in order. Even with the alteration of the base crystal shape into a flat lens, the laws of physics cannot be circumvented. So shown here is blue, pink, yellow, and white at certain distances. Lens frequency must increase or decrease. So it's the lens frequency must either increase or decrease. So it has nothing to do with the size of the lens there. It is the frequency. All right, do I have enough information to do this thing? I don't know. Blank. All right, so what's funny is you would think that oh yeah, I have to go fix the tower up above. You would think that the last setting here would be a valid setting. Whatever it was left at, you would think would be a valid setting. There was a number, 1400, and I still haven't figured out exactly what that needs to be. possibly a total between the two. We will give it a try. Oh, yeah. Up. Oh, we got light coming through. Let's try one that's supposed to be a valid set. Stone ship. Okay, I've got my numbers backwards. Has to be 2. This is definitely different than the original puzzle, which had different crystal shapes. It didn't use lenses. Okay, so that one's going to be always going to be wide open. Then the next one is, yeah. Well, I've got something wrong. Oh. Yellow, blue, gold. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong book. Thought I was doing Stone Ship. Then I looked at the stuff for Channelwood instead. Now, whether or not this will work. Oh, wow. Yeah, it works. Oh, that's incredible. That's that's a different way of doing stuff. Oh, wow. Okay, so that is a working pattern for Channelwood. And then we have the rules, and then we have the broken pattern. So there's patterns for Myst, Channelwood, Stone Ship, Riven, of course, Mechanical, Selenitic, and then one that's called Blank. And I'm like, why would you have a blank book? Unless there's an Easter egg connected to it. So Riven. So what we know from Riven is that the closest one is at 4. We don't know what the top is set at. So I'm just going to set the top to yellow because we know it's yellow. And we're going to move it way up. We know the next one's blue. We don't know the last 2 colors. We know this one's set at 12. Since we don't know the colors, we're just going to set both of these to white for now. We know that this is going to be set at this middle section. We don't really know where it goes, so I'm going to stick it at 9 for now. We know that this one is going to go to 4. Okay. The distance between min-max lenses cannot exceed 11. So our topmost one can't be more than 15. Which puts it right up against 12. Okay, so we know its location now. We can figure that has to be 15. We have our first piece of information derived from the rules. No 2 lenses can have a matching iris size. There are 3 lenses. We know that the middle one is set. We know that of these, the middle one is supposed to be set to the middle setting. So either the bottom is wide and the top is narrow, or vice versa. When we talk about no one's being the same equal size, the top one's always like the fully widest. So there's 2 options here. We don't yet know which one is the correct one. The highest frequency color must be the smallest iris. So if the number on the right is the highest, then that must be the pattern, right? Let me think about this. When I did Channelwood, see, Channelwood I thought had 2 matching iris sizes, so it doesn't make sense. It's just like there's a rule that's wrong. Let's go back and take a look at that note, because I don't think I understood it right. Oh, no 2 sequential lenses can have the same matching iris size. Okay, now that makes more sense. You can have the same iris size twice, but you can't be sequential. Each lens color frequency must be unique. Well, okay, so that means 4 different colors. Lens frequency must decrease or increase as they get closer to the book. Thing is, I don't know what lens frequency is. So these are just distances. 4, 9, 12, 15. Yeah. So looking at these numbers, we see that I don't know what a lens frequency is, because the numbers are distances. The lens frequency must either increase or decrease. We have yellow and blue. Yellow and blue. Let's say that yellow was the highest. Then that could be teal, pink, green. So when we looked at other examples, we went from 15 to... When we went in Shadowwood, it went teal, blue, gold, white. So teal is outside, white is inside. If you think that through. Gold, white, gold. No, that doesn't make sense. Yellow, pink. Which color is purple? I don't even have purple. There was a purple color on the stone ship one. I'm very confused. I must have misread the color. put a note here on determine information. Also going to change my settings to be like open, and medium and small. Open, small, open, medium, okay, so we know okay, so let's see. There was something about equidistance. So the distance between the min and the max lanes can not exceed 11. Highest frequency color must be small. Lens between two small irises must be equal in distance to each. So if 12 was a small, if 4 was a small, then 8 at medium, this would have to be in the middle. So I'm just making a guess that this one's a small and this is a small, and I'm making a guess that this is an 8. But we don't actually know if those are two smalls yet. Go yellow, blue. Yellow. Teal. I can't be going back to the same color. Yellow, blue, something, something. That's probably a 15. That could be a 6 or an 8. I'm guessing it's an 8, but I don't know. I wonder what this pattern's supposed to be. this gives me, okay, so let's see. When we talk about color frequency examples, blue, pink, yellow, white, teal, blue, gold, white. Well, yellow, white. Okay. Then we got yellow, pink, question. I'm going to guess that purple was supposed to be blue, teal. So let me flip that around and go teal, blue, pink, yellow. And yeah, that lines up. So the what I had with purple for stone ship was supposed to be blue. Okay. The only color I don't have in this list is green. I don't have an example using that. But I have I'm going to guess that green goes to the left. Green is just before yellow. So the order around here is not necessarily the order of color frequency, because white would be next to pink if it was. Or sorry, yellow, well, yellow would be next to pink. And it isn't. Yellow's here, pink is here. So this is not color frequency order. We have yellow, we have blue. That only leaves us with teal and probably green. As we're going from yellow to blue, and that only leaves us with two colors left. Green has to be one of them. So now it boils down to dialing in the, it's got to be a matter of dialing in the lens types. This might not be small. It can't be this size. Well, it can't be all the way open either. It has to be small. Because we know the next one's medium. And it can't be all the way open. Now the next one, the one at the bottom, could be wide open. We don't know. It could be all small or it could be wide. We don't know yet, that one yet, but we know it's at 4. We are guessing about the positioning of the cyan one. If this was small, and this one, then this one would have to be at 8. But if it's not, this might be at a different position. I'm still not getting anything working though. What have I missed? Let's review our notes. We know it's yellow. I hate that there's shadow on it when I pick it up. It's like, stop that, get rid of the shadow. Yellow, blue. It's got to be teal and green. Based upon the color frequency. based on the direction we're going. That's 12, that's 4. Bottom's at 4, the top can't be further away than 15, and it can't be closer because this is 12. So it leaves us wondering what the position of this is. We know that the top will always be fully open, and you can't have 2 opens in a row. Since this is medium, this has to be small. There's only 3 settings. So then the size of the bottom one is unknown. So I can deduct teal and I can determine by deduction teal and green. I can determine the size of the blue one by deduction. Not a lot of stuff I have to work with. Let's try this. And that was indeed it. I just needed to pull the lever. So there was a pattern up here. Let's do that one. What is that? What is this one going to be? So 14, 10, 7, and 4. It's going to be teal, blue, red. It's going to be the pink. It's going to be white. Let me change red to pink. Be consistent with my colors here. Circle, white dot means this has to be small. This one has to be wide open again. This one has to be small. It's not going to be a ribbon. It's not going to be stone ship. I'm guessing it's going to be Myst. Whoa. It's partly working. Why is that only partly working? I get something not quite right. Teal 14 wide open. Blue closed 10. Pink wide open at 7. And white closed at 4. 14, 10, 7, 4. Teal blue, pink white. Huh. That was weird. It was like I heard a radio signal. Perhaps Myst is not it. Maybe selenitic is what that one's supposed to be. Come on. No. Mechanical? Nope. Not gonna be a ribbon. Okay, this means I don't have a pattern matching my book. Fourteen, 10, 7, 1. No, 14, 10, 7, 4. Definitely not a 1. Fourteen, 10, 7, 1. Why would they put this here and not have it correspond to one of the books? Circles, white dot, circles, white dot. Circles, white dot, circles, white dot. Teal, blue, red. Oh, maybe that's not white. Maybe that's yellow. This whole HDR thing keeps throwing me off. I think that was the trick, was I had the wrong color in the last spot. Ooh, okay, so that is selenitic. Or however you're supposed to pronounce it. Okay, so they gave us the codes to Channelwood, Riven, selenitic, and Stone Ship, obviously. But we don't know our codes to Myst, mechanical, blank. There's a total of 1, 2, 3. There's 6 books. No, there's 7 books. There's 7 books. So we have 4 that we know and 3 that we don't. Stone ship's code's supposed to be 10741. You can even actually do 0. Okay, so this one's 10741. Yellow. It's supposed to be yellow, pink, blue, and teal. And our lens sizes are supposed to be open, medium, small, medium. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. I'm guessing this is a setting as well. I just have to figure out what the correct numbers are. Table pattern is going to be blue, pink, yellow, white. It's going to be open, small, medium, open. And the sizes. Here we are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Twelve, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17. So that's probably a working pattern. That's not quite right. Could be mechanical. Could also be mechanical was the code that it was on when we came in. Yep, there we go. That's mechanical. I can't remember. Was it just not a working code when I came in? Did I like lose information here? Because the one we're missing now is Myst. And I don't remember what I should have written down what the code was when we first came in. Okay, well, we've got stone ship, channelwood, riven, selenitic, and mechanical all plotted out. Okay, well, I'm going to stop there.
Evening, Durin.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
There's stuff I want to say, but I think I should wait until you're completely done, Rime.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you for streaming. You did it surprisingly quickly. Like way quicker than I expected you to get stuff.
Probably still have a little bit of latent memory from what it was like before, but they definitely changed the puzzle around, so.